What's cracking? What's cracking? What's cracking? Jay Burke here, owner and creative director of Savage Ambition Clothing. We're here for Savage in the City episode 3. Thanks for having us. We're here at Tibbitts at FernHill, all right? We're gonna come in and talk to Shawn about some things that he's doing, some things that he's planning, and how he came to create this beautiful restaurant, all right? Let's go. What's cracking? What's cracking? Once again, welcome to Savage in the City. I am Jay Burke, owner and creative director of Savage Ambition Clothing, and I'm here with Shawn Tibbitts, phenomenal entrepreneur and business owner in Tacoma, Washington. How you doing, Shawn?
I'm good, Jay. Thanks for having me, man. Glad to be on the show with you today. And what's up, everyone?
Yeah, for sure, man. I wanted to get you on here because I've seen you do phenomenal things in the community over the past years, and the food is phenomenal. I don't know how you do it, but it's something you put in it. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I remember coming here, a couple years ago and just, sat down, had a nice meal, good customer service, beautiful vibes, beautiful music. Man, you got it going on, man. I'm telling you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm just doing me every day. I'm grateful. I'm one of those guys. I wake up, I dress up, I show up, and that's it, man. Bring your game every day, and you're unstoppable.
Yeah, that's the key, man. That's the key. So tell us a little bit background about you. Like, where are you from? How do you get this thing going?
Well, I'm early in my youth. I was born in Nuremberg, Germany. My dad was military, Army. Appreciate your service, all you men and women out there fighting. I was born with ADHD and autism, so I was a special child. I was about this big, born in a shoebox. Had medical problems. They moved me to Madigan from Germany within a year, and I just learned how to deal with myself growing up. A kid with ADHD in school isn't good. In the 5th grade, I was smart. I was very smart. I memorized the whole Gettysburg Address, recited it in front of the whole school. The next year, my mom put me on Ritalin.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was out of control. I wasn't, my hormones, it was an imbalance. So with that, I was taking a lot more pills than I needed to. I wasn't myself. I couldn't find myself. For me growing up, it was hard. It was hard. So we grew up poor. We moved from place to place to place. Greatest woman I've ever known was my mother. I moved out of the house at 14 years old just to get off the pills and find out what it felt like to be a normal child again.
Wow.
So I lived on couches, homeless, slept in places, but I beat the pill addiction.
That's good, man.
And then I met a great woman, and I got my first job at Tacoma Golf and Country Club in 1994, and that's where it all started for me.
Wow, that's a lot, man. How do you come from like that type of background and be able to like stay grounded? You know what I mean? Like that's a lot to deal with, especially at a young age.
It was tough, because you had everything going on, and back in our eras, there's were the 90s, the 80s were the gangs. So you had to find out who you were, what you were, your growth spurt, and it's one of those things where I'm just grateful to be here today to, be where I'm at, and just humbled by all my experiences and everything I've been through from my youth as a child, and just learning how to be a normal kid.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're just, my dad was never there. My mom was the only one, so she made sure me and my brother were taken care of. But still, man, we didn't have all this fancy, glorified stuff, It's like we took food stamps to the store. We wrote notes to buy our mom cigarettes.
Wow.
Real world back then, and it's it's like your story and everybody's story. We come from a background that we have to own.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And if once you own that, you can move on. And that's fact. Accountability.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's something that we take for granted is we look back on our history. We look back on the struggles that we go through, not only as minorities in the country, but just in general, like our day-to-day lifestyles individually. And we have to learn to just deal with our struggles. You know what I'm saying? Like, deal with the fact, okay, this is what I'm going through. you know, and I have to understand that I need to get through this in order to make it to the next level.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, they blame, you know, their past on their failures.
Yep, they're stuck in it.
They're stuck in it. How would you say someone gets over that hump? Like, you know, not, you know, like you said, you had, you know, disorders, you know what I'm saying? How do you say, okay, I'm not going to sit here and play the blame game,
Right.
but I'm going to overcome and make something of myself in spite of the situation that I'm in? Because a lot of people get stuck on the situation that they're in.
They do, and for me, what helped me out was memories of my past, who I was, you know, or growth of what I was trying to become before I got addicted. Like whether it was a hobby, whether it was, you know, a skill, whether it was something I did with my friends. It was going back to the past and finding out who you were before you do that step again.
Yeah.
And that's how you stay off that, you know. So you surround yourself with a very small circle, and that's it, you know. And then,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, for me, I mean, I've got a massively huge circle, or I used to, and it's just dramatically gotten smaller. But for me, I'm just grateful, you know, to be able to do that. And a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
There's so much temptation in the world, so much drama, so much hate, so much negative energy, and it just
Especially these
saddens
days.
me.
And it's
It
just getting worse. It's crazy.
It is. It just saddens me, and it's like, just let it go. Just move on. You know, be the best you can be, and you know.
And me and Joy was just talking about that because that's, you know, my brand just dropped the hoodie season line, and hoodie season is all about putting your hood up and staying in your lane, staying in your zone, not worrying about all this drama, all this negativity, all this hate that's going on in the world, but being able to look at what's right in front of you and tackle it head on. So I want to ask you, when was it that you realized you wanted to be a chef?
For me, it was 1994. I got a job at Tacoma Golf and Country Club.
Okay.
And I felt great. I was a dishwasher, and the chef there took me under his wing and taught me everything there is to know about basic food, you know, and said, you got a really good memory. You got a knack for this. You should finish your high school and you should go to chef school. And so me tried to finish high school. Couldn't do it. ADHD. I can read, but I can't stay focused on a book. You know what I mean? I can glance and look, but for me, it was just memory. It was just, you know, I had a very keen sense of organization. You know, a lot of people don't have that skill set where they can look at a room and organize it and know exactly where they want to put everything.
Right. Okay.
You know, and it'll fit. You know, that was me. So I learned to love food. I started memorizing recipes, started memorizing everything, temperatures, time control, how long, what style, how long does that take, you know, what is, you know, the proper procedure for making all the recipes. And it just grew on me.
Wow.
So yeah, I worked in 40 restaurants in 26 years.
Jeez. 40.
Yeah, 40 of them, yeah. So for me, I learned everything I could from bussers, dishwashers, servers, hostesses, managers, general managers, chefs, sous chefs, customers, and I just tried to remember situations that I was in and learn from them of what not to do.
Uh-oh.
And what
Okay.
to
Okay.
do.
We're gonna stop there. Okay. So now listen to this. Listen to this. Pay attention, because this is very important. You took something from each and every thing that you've done to build something. So there's a lot of people that are, you know, in whatever they're doing right now and don't see value in it, don't take advantage of the opportunities in it. 40 different restaurants.
Yep.
And you learn each and every trick of the trade to become what you are now.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm here, you know, I want to do this, but what I'm doing right now doesn't matter to me. I don't hold value in it. You know, I think it's important that we highlight that, because we all, whatever we're doing right now, like work ethic,
Yeah.
you know, is important. Whatever we're doing right now, if you're not giving it all in what you're doing right now, how do you expect to be able to be successful in what you want to do in life or get to where you want to be in life? And so I applaud you for that, because man, a lot of people just don't think like that.
For me, it's always been about asking somebody how they do that and why they do that. Why are you doing it that way? Why don't you do it this way? Why are you doing it that way?
Yeah.
You know, it's asking the question. It's not trying to think you're better than somebody,
Right.
but being on the same level as them. Hey, how can I do that better? Or how can I do this like this? And just learn and adapt and own it, you know, where a lot of people think they'll go to a job and they know it all and whatnot. And they don't want to grow, because all this is, everywhere you go in life is growth. No matter what you do, it's growth.
Absolutely is.
You know, even with my,
Yeah.
my reviews, I get some bad ones, you know, and it's okay. I grow from those. Those aren't negative reviews. Those are me to grow. Those are teaching me a lesson
that's
to
good,
grow.
yeah.
Without negative, you can't have positive. So you have to accept all that in, let all that negativity go, and don't take it negative. Take it as positive.
Facts.
And grow. And you know what? And that's it, and move on. You know, because if you hold on to that, you know, you're going to fail. You know, you're going to be bitter. You're going to be mad at the world, you know, and you just can't do that if you're going to be a business owner. You got to absorb it and appreciate them even taking the time to rate you, review you, talk to you. You know, when you go into coaching with your boss and they say, hey, you're doing this all wrong, learn from that. How can I do it better? And change, take notes, change your lifestyle, change your eating habits, change the way you sleep, the way you are. I mean, I do the grind every day.
Absolutely.
You know,
I forgot who said it, but somebody said the first key to success is failure.
It is.
Because if you don't fail, you'll never learn.
No. And if you're a know-it-all, you'll never learn either.
Absolutely.
You've got
yeah.
to listen to what other people tell you to try to help you.
Yeah.
'Cause that's all they're trying to do. You can take their advice or leave their advice. But for me, I took the advice, and look at me today. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Grateful for everything, you know, in my past like that.
So let's talk about what are some challenges that you've had to overcome.
For me, being poor my whole life, for 32 years of my life, I've been an alcoholic. Total drunk alcoholic. First 3 years I opened this place, I was a drunk.
Wow.
You know, I would go out, I would win lots of awards, I'd go to the bar, I'd get drunk. I would be not me, not who I was. And for that, I have to own it and apologize and say, sorry, you know, I was in a place, you know, I just lost my mom. I didn't have time to mourn for 3 years, and I took it all out on, you know, for me, making an escape from reality. And, you know, I'm a horrible drinker. I know that now, but I can own it and look back and say, you know what, I don't do that no more. You know, and just be grateful that I was able to beat that.
Right.
As a business owner, to beat alcoholism.
Yeah.
You know, because it was destroying me. You know, all my relationships, all my reputation, everything that I had going for me. You know, it was bad. You know, so I'm grateful that I was able to be strong enough to let that go, not crave it. I don't go to AA. You know, I just don't want it. You know, it's one of those things that really, really affected me was drinking.
Yeah.
You know, but me, I was never successful before any of that because I was just a line cook at jobs. You know, you go to most restaurants and work at them, you know, you're a product of the environment no matter where you go. You're going to find the drugs, you're going to find the alcohol, you're going to find the everything, you know, but it's up to you. Do you want to do it or do you want to, you know, not do it?
Yeah.
You know, for me, I never did
It's
it.
the decision. It's the decision.
you know, and it's right there on
decision
the
making
spot.
is pivotal. Like, oh my God.
Every action is a reaction.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All it takes is for somebody to say, hey, this is where I want to go. I'm going through this struggle. I'm going through this challenge right now. I need to beat this.
Yep.
But as long as you stay in a mindset where, you know, you don't want to face your challenges,
Yeah.
you know, you can't move forward.
Denial, man.
Yeah.
It's denial, man. You've got to want more out of life, you know, and I've learned that, you know. I mean, like I said, for me, I'm not successful. You know, I don't consider myself successful. I'm successful because I've done certain things and beat certain bad habits for myself, mentally, physically. So yes, I'm successful for me. You know what I mean? That's hard.
Yeah.
You know, that's a strong mental game, you know, but again, a lot of people can't beat that because, you know, they feel that there's no hope, but there is hope. Just change, you know?
So what do you say to somebody who wants to go into business or be a chef? Like, what are their first steps?
First step is going to be handling stress because you're going to have a million tickets, whatever job you have, and you're going to be busy. So it's going to be stress. If you can handle stress, you can do this job. If you can handle being told what to do by the chain of command, you're going to do just fine. You know, troubleshooting, you know, if you burn something, if you overcook something, if you forgot to fire something, you know, you're going to have to be accountable for that and just let the team know, hey, got to refire or whatever. But my biggest thing is don't serve something you won't eat, you know, or, you know, don't do anything that's going to harm an employee or anything like that. You know, it's just, for me, I want to say it's common sense, but I think differently than most. But it's learning the game. You know, whatever you are doing, you just got to be able to handle stress. That's going to be your biggest adversary because it will get stressful. You know, now they got DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that. Plus, you got a room full of people, and you got to execute on demand. You know, so you're no longer in this nice, you know, hey, here's the dining room. You've got fast pace, get the food out, boom, 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 go, go.
Yeah.
So if you can't handle stress, then, you know, it's not for you.
Right. And there's a reason why I asked it what I did, because we just finished talking about overcoming challenges, right? And stress is something that beats entrepreneurs down day to day. And, you know, being able to handle stress, like you gotta be on, you know, your mental. You gotta be on it. You know what I'm saying? And learning how to overcome challenges, learning how to be resilient, you know, despite what you may be going through, is something that's going to transition immediately into your business. And if you're not able to, you know, adapt in those situations, you know, you're already at a bad start. So we have to be able to, you know, start early, start in our personal lives, our relationships, and just be mindful that, okay, we need to learn how to overcome challenges the right way. We need to learn how to overcome stress the smart way. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, like you said, you dealt with, you know, alcoholism, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, especially in this area, you know, deal with that and struggle with that. But as business owners, we have to be able to overcome that and deal with those stresses, right? Let's talk about education.
I made it to the 10th grade at Mount Tacoma. My mom moved around a lot, so we went to a lot of different schools. I went to FernHill. That's my elementary school right across the street here.
Okay.
I went to Baker, graduated Baker. That's the highest school I've ever graduated from. And then I went to Mount Tacoma, and I tried to make it through the 10th grade, but I was so far out of it with the Ritalin, the Concerta, the Strattera, whatever drugs they wanted to put me on from the doctor to keep me under control, just failed. So they ended up kicking me out. I was a T-bird, and then they tried to send me to the Lincoln Tree Farm out there off Spanaway Mountain Highway, and I went there for 3 days, and then I told the instructor, I can't do this no more. I'm from the hood, not from the wood, and I quit. So then I went to Tacoma Urban League, great school, very powerful. You know, they did a good job with me, best they could. Again, I moved, and then I ended up at AI, Alternative School, and I was there. I was a super senior. I felt like Matthew McConaughey, you know, super senior here.
Oh, wow.
And they kicked me out because I can buy alcohol for the homies. I was turning 21.
Oh,
so they
yeah,
said,
okay.
don't come back. So for me, I never went back to school.
Okay.
I just kept on the job, just kept working 2 jobs and just doing the grind and jump job to job to job to job to job.
Wow.
You know?
So you didn't even have any secondary education before becoming a business owner?
No, I have no education at all.
Wow. So a lot of people believe that, and I'm not knocking on college, you know, if it's for you, it's for you. But a lot of people believe that you have to go to secondary education and become, you know, what you want to be in life, or to get to a specific goal in life. And it's not always the case. It is for some people, you know, depending on what you want to do, but it's not always the case. The important thing is, whatever you want to do, we talk about the idea strategy, right? Which is identify the goal, right? And then you have develop a plan, all right? The plan is the key, all right? Your plan might not involve going to secondary education or, you know, finishing school or whatever. It depends on what you want to do in life. So develop a plan, enlist an accountability partner, right? Because we all need accountability, even self-accountability, you know what I'm saying? And then action.
Yep.
So that's the idea strategy. Your plan didn't involve secondary education. But a lot of people like, okay, well, mama said, pop said that I got to go to college, so it's something I got to do. But yet here we are in, you know, millions of dollars in debt across the country because of student loans and whatnot. And again, I'm not knocking on college. I'm in school right now. You dig? But it's not for everybody. It's dependent on what you want to do. So figure out what you want to do. Figure out your lane and stick to your lane. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that we need to point out, because a lot of kids are going astray because of that. Because they're not being taught, okay, whatever you want to do in life, you got to stick to your lane.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like I said, I'm nobody special. I'm grateful. You know, I've learned hard knocks life, I want to say, in the kitchen. You know, chefs chase me out with knives, throw pans at me my whole career, you know, but, you know, it's, I owned it.
Yeah.
You know, here I am today.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Still here, you know, still happy as ever, like, what up? You know?
Yeah, so, all right, so here we are. Your restaurant, right? First of all, this is a phenomenal space.
Thank you.
Right, phenomenal place. That rhyme. Bar. No, I'm joking. But what I want to talk about is, how do you deal with the process of starting up a business like this? Like, how do you come about, okay, you know, registering with the state, you know, finding a real estate, you know, finding a building, all of those aspects. What does somebody that wants to get into this type of business need to do step by step to become an owner of a restaurant?
That's a good question. For me, it was, I got offered this place in 2016 from Tony, who owns Little Jerry's there.
Okay.
And the only thing that got me started on this was, he said, go get your business license, pay the health department. So that's $250, health department's $1,600. And then you start the process of waiting the 90 days once they approve your menu. And then you go from there. But a lot of people will tell you that it's location to be successful. It depends on where you're at, which is a total lie. That's false. Location means nothing.
Okay.
And I've proven that over and over and over again as a restaurant in FernHill.
Yeah.
You know, all these people want these big, glorious places and waterfront, 6th Ave, Hilltop. You know, that's great. You know, it's good foot traffic, but
Yeah.
I wanted to be different and set myself up as a destination, not a location.
Oh, wow.
You know, so it's a different mindset for me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't want to come to work and turn on a sign and, hey, we're open. Hey guys, welcome. Oh, it's our first customer.
I never heard that. Yeah.
You know, I want to set a demand to come in here just because I'm small and I'm very outgoing. So for me to say, if you want to start a restaurant, you're going to have to apply yourself 100% to the business for a little while. You're going to have to build it up. You're going to have to serve a great quality product. Now, two types of restaurants there are. There's quantity restaurants. Those are the people that buy the low-end ingredients and make it out really fast. Table turns like IHOPs, Denny's, Sherry's. Those are low-end table-turning restaurants. Those are quantity. And then you got quality. You've got people that use high-end ingredients like me, Marzano's, Bar Bistro, Over the Moon, just a bunch of other high-end restaurants that source the best ingredients. And for me, when I opened this place, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to support a lot of other local small businesses. Like, these are my microgreens from Puyallup, my coffees from Gig Harbor, Island Coffee Company. My mushrooms are Adams Mushrooms. Most of my produce is Storinos, Wild Hair, and I'm on the verge of pulling the trigger with Macmillan Farms down there too. But also I have seasonal vendors like Spooners, you know, for their strawberries. You know, I got Blueberry Park for their blueberries. So I try to give people locally sourced ingredients, not just these big monstrous food trucks that pull up, the FSAs, the Cisco's, you know, that's California.
Yeah.
That's California food.
Okay.
You know, I don't want that here.
Yeah.
You know, me, I want to run out of food every day. So what I created something very small, very unique, best ingredients that I can get, and I opened up. And for me to open a place, it's your heart. Do what you want. You know, if you got something and you got a good feel, you know, run it. You know, but just keep in mind, we're in Tacoma. You've already got 1,000,000 burger places, 1,000,000 taco places, 1,000,000 pizza places, 1,000,000 pho places. Be original. Be you. Believe in yourself, and you're unstoppable. Believe in your product. Is what I'm gonna say. Have hope.
Absolutely.
You know, don't do what everybody else does.
Absolutely. All right. So, what are some ambitions that you have for yourself and for your restaurant going forward?
Moving forward, I mean, I'm pretty in a decent place. You know, I've been here going on 6 years. You know, I've definitely dominated, humbly speaking, the breakfast scene. You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
next month, or actually, I'm not sorry, next month. This month, I've launched Oktoberfest dinners, and that's every weekend this month. So now I'll start having dinners here, and I've never really done dinners, but I'm going to try them out this month, see how they go, and this might be a new thing moving forward. You know, I might do a new monthly dinner every month just to do something different, because, you know, I mean, like most chefs, most entrepreneurs, we get bored.
Right.
You know, we do. We honestly do. We're like, oh, we got to do this again. Oh, it's the same thing over and over. Repetition. Nobody likes repetition.
Yeah.
Me, I like to challenge myself. You know, I like to do fun stuff. You know, that's why I don't let my business own me. That's why I'm only open 3 hours a day.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like I own my business. I'm not going to let my business own me. So I don't know which direction I'm heading. I'm just grateful to still be here. I mean, COVID really hit us hard. You know, a lot of us small businesses.
Absolutely.
You know, and the way society, minimum wage, everything's going up, we just don't know what direction we're all going to go.
Right.
I mean, we're hanging by a thread with everything, and I don't want to say that negatively. Me, I just come to work and I just stay in my little pocket here, and I'm like, hey, and that's all I care about.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but as for the direction of Tibbitts, you know, it depends on all of our leaders that run the country, the state. What's best for us? Like 2 years ago, they shut us all down.
Right. Yep.
You know, so I mean, there's nothing we could have done. You know, and I just won some really big awards. You know, so I cried a lot. I'm like, man, what do I do now? All I know how to do is cook, and I can't even open.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, it was a sad moment. You know, but as for Tibbitts will be here. You know, I mean, I got a good core group of guys, you know, and girls, and we just do the best we can every day. You know, we give our best foot forward, and we go home, and we're happy.
Yeah.
You know, and we can't wait to do it again the next day.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, and that's what it is for us. You know. I don't know. I just hope, you know, that the world calms down and we get to a balance where everybody's happy, and yeah, I just grateful.
Yeah. I want to go back to what you said, because it kind of just hit me. Like, you're open for how long?
I'm only open from 9 to 1. So my
9 to 1.
My last seating's at 12 o'clock.
Wow. 9 to 1. All right. So check this out. Open from 9 to 1. How many days a week?
Wednesday through Sunday.
Wednesday through Sunday. All right. There are people that travel all across the U.S. just to come to this restaurant. And I want to point that out, because he said something like, you created the demand. Like, he isn't in this, you know, like, he's not on the beachfront, like, he's not on the waterfront, he's not, you know, right across from the military base. Like, he's in a location where people have to come to him, but he's created that. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you have a product, right, or a service, you have to create the demand for what you're doing. First of all, you have to be unique. You have to be different. All right. You can't be just offering the same thing that everybody else is offering. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be successful. Also, understand that you have value. Okay. If you don't value your own product, service, business, how can you expect other people to, you know, value it? Yeah. So you're in a place where people literally travel across the country to come here. Why? Because it's in the newspapers, it's all over social media. Like, you don't even have any. He has a TikTok, nothing on it. But how many views does he have on TikTok? Hundreds. Because other people come to this restaurant and put it on their TikTok.
680,000.
That's so crazy. And he has no videos on TikTok.
I have no followers, no friends, no likes. But for me, it's never been about the money. It's always been about the people. It's always been about the community. You know, 6 times a year I close my restaurant and I feed the less fortunate, the homeless, without judgment. You know, last Thanksgiving I fed 400 people for free. For me, it's never been about money. You know, I came into this building here with no money. You know, the Lord took my mom 1 month before I opened, and I took all the money I had. I gave her the best service a son could give his best friend, and I was broke. I didn't have any money. I had $32 left in my bank account. Well, a friend of mine in that picture over there called me in January and says, "Hey, Shawn, how much would it cost you to open that little cafe?" I gave him a number, and he cut me a check the next day, said, "Don't pay him back." So this restaurant opened on somebody else's blessing. So for me, it's always been about paying it forward, paying it back, never worrying about money, always believing that there's a higher power that you can live in its abundance.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And there's people out here that think that you have to have millions already, or you have to have thousands already to even get into business.
Well, I built this place with 2 hands and blood, sweat, and tears, and just grateful for all the people. And I made this restaurant about the people, like your story, his story, everybody's story. I come out and talk because I want to know about you. It's building relationships.
Yeah.
To me, it's more than just food.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
it's an experience.
Right.
Look at Anthony Bourdain, the late Anthony Bourdain. That man was brilliant. You know, that guy brought cultures together, you know, minority groups, you know, and that's what I want to portray, you know. I mean, I'm not trying to be like him, I'm me, but it's just amazing just to have a conversation with a total stranger and just see them light up like, wow, this guy really wants to get to know me.
Yeah.
You know?
And they actually care. You know what I'm saying? Like,
instead of going to a table and want
Yeah.
some more coffee and here's your bill. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, I can't do that, you know? I want the people to feel appreciated that they're here, that I appreciate them, because I really honestly do, and I made it about the people. You know, never about the money. Once you start thinking about the money, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
You will fail. You know?
it's not a big enough why. And
Yeah,
you know, money comes and goes.
It does. You can't keep the money. So, you know, but what you can do is keep your name and give that person that experience that'll last a lifetime. Like when you and Jasmine came in, you know, and you're here now,
Yeah.
you know.
When we came in, we had a beautiful meal, beautiful service, beautiful conversation. And here we are again years later, because, you know, you are truly what it means to be a savage about your ambitions. You know, you went through a lot in life, especially in your younger days. I'm sure you still go through struggles.
Oh, I do.
You know what I'm saying? But you figured out how to overcome them. You figured out how to fight the good fight. And that's what it's about, guys. That's what You Hunt, You Eat is about. Like, there's no way you get to a meal like this. And when I say meal, I mean to your goal or to your realization of whatever you want in life without the hunt. You can't, it's not just gonna show up in your lap. You gotta go get it. You're gonna have to overcome. You're gonna have to be resilient. You're gonna have to go through the struggles. You dig? But in the end, you'll be successful. Why? Because you never gave up. So never give up. Keep hunting, and you'll be able to eat. You dig? Yeah, absolutely. Where can everybody, you know, book a table? You know what I'm saying? What's your website?
The only way you can book a table is by calling 253-327-1334, and you have to talk to me personally, because in today's society we're losing our social skills. Everybody wants to
I like
press a
that.
button, and I'm old-fashioned. I want to talk to you. You know, I want to make you laugh, have a conversation, hear the excitement in your voice. You know, what, we got a table? Yeah, you got a table. Come on in.
Yeah.
Because people love those little things in life. It's
That's so dope,
always the
yeah.
little things that mean the most. I also have a Facebook, TibbittsFernHill.com, Instagram, Tibbitts FernHill, or Tibbitts FernHill, Facebook, TibbittsFernHill.com for my webpage, and that has my menu on it. I change my menu 4 times a year, every season, with all the local farmers. And then Instagram's Tibbitts FernHill. And I don't have a TikTok yet. I have 0 likes, 0 followers, so I don't know what's going on with that, but I like it. I'm like, what?
But hit him up on TikTok anyway. You dig?
But, you know, I'm just like you folks. I'm a normal guy. You know, I've have a rough past, but, you know, I mean, to be at the age of 49 years old, to open this place at the age of 43, not knowing what's in store for you, not knowing business, nothing, and just doing it, you know, with the best you can, and just going to work, showing up to work, and like Jay was saying, hunting, you know, it's just being the best you can be, and that's pretty much it, you know, just
all you gotta do.
Just do you, and you know, the magic will happen. Believe in yourself, believe in your product, you know, firm handshakes all around, and build those reputations, you know, build those reputations.
Yeah.
And that's it, firm handshakes, done.
Yeah. All right, so That's it for today, guys. Savage in the City, episode 3 with Shawn Tibbitts. You dig? Again, I'm Jay Burt, owner and creative director of Savage Ambition Clothing. Make sure you hit us up on savageambitionclothing.com. Instagram is Savage Ambition Official. Hit us up, you dig? And we'll see you next time.